Today I'm making ranchero style beef. I'm going to slow cook some milanesa meat that I'm going to chop up, add some potato, onion, carrot, jalapeno, seasoning, spices. It's just going to be stewed until tender. It's gotta be good. Okay, so I need to prep my ingredients. Here I have a little over a pound of beef. This is milanesa meat. It's not a very tender meat, but it's thin enough that I can dice it up and stew it in a quicker amount of time instead of like large chunks. Here, you'll want to use about 4 to 5 Roma tomatoes. I only had one, so I'm substituting it with some of these grape tomatoes that I'm just going to chop up. 1 small onion, 3 to 4 cloves of garlic, 1 jalapeno, and I have 2 potatoes that are on their last leg. It's time to use these, so 2 potatoes. Maybe a half a pound of potatoes works for this. These are 2 russet potatoes, and I'm just going to prep the ingredients and get things chopped up and ready to cook. I'm also going to be grinding up some cumin seeds with black peppercorn. Okay, so I'm going to start by browning my meat very well. This will take some time. I have a high heat on my pan. Cooking oil. Make sure my pan is preheated well. And now for the beef. Add a little bit of salt. And brown well. This will take some time. And just keep the pan at a constant medium high to high heat for good browning. So during the process of browning, it'll go through stages. Here it's going through the releasing its natural juices, and once that kind of evaporates, it'll start to get brown. So just keep going. Now I'm going in with my onion. Just going to continue this browning saute process. Now with the garlic. The garlic will not take that long because I am working with a high heat. I don't want the garlic to burn. I want it to saute quickly. Now for the tomato and jalapeno. Continue to saute for another 5 minutes. I really want the tomatoes and jalapenos to get sauteed well and broken down. So I'm going to take that ground cumin, black pepper combo here. Take a teaspoon of that. I'm also going to add just a pinch of Mexican oregano. And here I have some dried cilantro. Fresh definitely works. If you taste soap, leave it out. I'm going to do another half teaspoon of the ground cumin and pepper. I like that flavor, but it really is up to you. As you can see, my tomatoes are broken down. The liquid has sort of evaporated and it's kind of thickened. Things are getting good. Now for the potatoes. I've just cubed them into medium-sized chunks. I'm going to continue this saute for another 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm going with beef bouillon powder. If you've got chicken, you could use that. I'm going with 1 tablespoon. And if that's too salty for you, then use less. But I really didn't salt the meat too much, so this will work for me. Give that a mix. Now I'm going in with about 2 cups of water. Cover with a lid. I'm going to turn down the heat a little, let it gently simmer. Well, somewhere between gently and a medium simmer for about 20 minutes. Okay, so let me show you what I got going on. Here I'm making just a small pot of quick Mexican style rice. This is kind of like my dad's recipe where he just uses the chicken tomato nor with a little bit of minced onion, ground cumin, pepper, garlic. It works. I have so many different ways to make Mexican rice. This is just one way. My ranchero style beef is simmering away. It has about another 10 minutes, and I have my fake out CHARRO beans sitting over there. I will link a recipe video for that, but this is gonna be a good dinner. Okay, so let's check this out. I think this is probably done. Really what you're waiting on is for the liquid to sort of kind of evaporate and thicken, and the potatoes to get tender, the meat to get tender, because I'm not really working with like the most tender cut of meat, but oh gosh. And you'll want to taste it for salt right about here. Taste the juice, test the potato, because you know potatoes do soak up. Yeah, these potatoes are done. Potatoes do absorb kind of like the salt in any dish, so sometimes you gotta add a little extra, but I'm gonna give it a taste, adjust the salt and seasoning, and this is done. And if you want this to cook down a little bit more, if you want it less soupy, maybe start with only a cup to a cup and a half of water when you go to add the liquid. But this is how I like it. Super good. I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.